Hi, it's Lara Peleg. Physical intimacy can be seen as the mortar of the building of our home. The mortar is the glue that holds the bricks of our Beit HaMikdash. The Mishkan was created as a resemblance of Sarah's tent, the women's tent, creating where there's radiating unification, shalom, connection. The Mishkan, a place where the Hashem wanted to create a home for all of Am Yisrael to connect to one another, to connect to Hashem, that deep, deep unification. So therefore we can see that physical intimacy is a glue, the foundation that holds our home together. Physical intimacy is vulnerable for both husband and wife. Why? Because it's the rawest place that we get to know and to be known, which is ultimately what we want. It's a place that not only do we connect physically, but emotionally and spiritually and mentally and emotionally. And because it's such a deep space where we can, as women, get to surrender in a powerful way into our innate essence of being a Mekabel, the receiver, a place where we get to experience bliss, pleasure, the mitzvah of Oneg, a place that we as women can heal and to grow and transform. And because there's so much sweetness and greatness in this aspect of marriage, it can be a place that we can have that ripple into other aspects of our life. Again, that foundation is created there, that it can flourish and create fruits in the outside of the bedroom. What do I mean by this? A client was coming to me who was suffering not only with physical intimacy problems and struggles, but also outside the bedroom. And the type of person she was someone that was struggling with a lot of fear, a lot of worry, a lot of tension, very tight and contracted, not just in her body, but also in her mind and emotions. And it was really causing her a lot of suffering, physically and mentally and emotionally. It was tiring for her to be in this state constantly. But she wanted to work, she wanted to shift. So she chose to focus on the bedroom, being this rawest place, the deepest place. She chose to use that as a place where she put in a lot of tools and exercises, a mindset shift, where she stepped into receiving, surrendering into this connection to ultimate bliss, pleasure, unification, that it turned into a healing process for her, that she was able to work on her self-confidence, her ability to let go and enjoy. That there in that space she discovered who she was as a woman, who she is as a person, the joy, the lightness. And she was able to switch this mind into just being, that real aspect of being a Mekabel, not the doing. She was tired of doing outside the bedroom. She no longer wanted to do it inside. So she switched into receiving. And when she was able to step in that, she was coming out, and that energy from the inside the bedroom was flowing outside. She was confident in herself. Her self-worth had shot up. She was glowing. She was fun. She was living who she really was, this lightness that was deep, deep inside of her, that was so stuck from contraction of fear, that she was able to, from the bedroom, bring in the essential aspects of femininity, of this trust, surrendering into every moment, the joy of every moment, this lightness, this beauty, her own beauty that she'd been struggling with for so long. So this client was able to see the sweetness there and allow it, and the essential aspects of in the bedroom of surrendering, receiving, unification, and actually bring that into her whole life. And her life transformed. And everyone was asking her what happened. So here we can see that physical intimacy is a space for us Not just to unify with Hashem and our husbands, but to really unify with ourselves. So what would it look like for you to be able to tap into this sweetness? Who would you be? How would you be able to, what would the rippling effects of tapping into this deep receptivity in the bedroom, the sweetness, the bliss, the pleasure, how would that ripple into all aspects of your life? How would you be showing up then? And I just want to say, if that is not what your intimacy is like right now, that is okay. And it is also very, very common. Just because it's common doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Thank you for listening.